on Walmart. Did anyone know this story? I'll tell this story. This is the time I went full Karen on the Walmart manager over the mask mandates when the pandemic started. So I think it was like the day after Roy Cooper, who's the governor here, did a mask mandate. I went to Walmart. And so, and they were not following the mask mandate, needless to say. So I went over to customer service. Right? I went over to customer service and, I asked to speak to well, first of all, I asked why they're not enforcing the mask mandate. I need, state your purpose. And so I eventually got through, like, whoever was in charge of customer service, and then they fielded me over to Rick. That's right. Rick, folks. This motherfucker, Rick. Now, keep in mind, this is like maybe April of 2020, right? So this is, before the election. So I'm talking to Rick. And Rick, needless to say, not a huge fan of Democrats. Like, he is not if you get Rick in a room with Democrats, who's going to leave that room? Probably not Rick, but in his dreams, it would be Rick. But, so Rick has this attitude with me. And now Rick is nose poking. Now, I want to be very honest with you. When this pandemic was first starting, I was very, very afraid of nose pokers. I mean, like, you put your mask on and you don't get anywhere near me. Now that I'm vaccinated, I'm a little less concerned. But, the people that have their mask on but have their nose poking out, like, I'm sorry, are you stupid? I understand, like, you're dealing with something, but, like, Jesus Christ. So Rick comes at me, he's poking his nose, right? And I ask him, why aren't you enforcing the mask mandate? And then he says to me, you got to take that up with Roy Cooper. And it's like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, what? But he just, like, Roy, he's the governor who's a Democrat. Okay, so he just did a mask mandate. I have to take it up with him again for whatever reason. Like, what? Okay, so the governor issues a mandate that all people must wear masks indoors. The manager of Walmart says, take it up with the what does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. So what I do, because I'm a Karen, is I call the cops on him. So I called the motherfucking police on Rick, and then the cops came, and then the fucking cops came, and they talked to Rick and told him that they had to enforce the mask mandate, and that, like, otherwise that Walmart would be fined, and that he would probably lose his job if they didn't enforce the mask mandate. And so I called the cops on Rick. Now Rick's a white man. I want to be like, Rick's like a balding 40, not even, like, maybe even 60-year-old. Like, the guy's not looking great. So I don't feel bad for calling the cops on Rick. And so I called the cops on Rick. And then I went back to Walmart like 3 days later. And all of a sudden, lo and behold, all the employees were wearing masks. Right? Every single employee was wearing a mask when I went back. Now, some of them were poking noses, right? Some of them, right? But when I went 3 days earlier, like, there were some that were maskless. Some of them were just, didn't have anything on at all. All right, it's an upgrade. I'm not going to call the cops on you poking your nose. You know what I mean? Because, like, the cops certainly aren't going to know the distinction between like, the cops are nose pokers, right? Like, you have to understand, you know what I mean? Right, so... so this was my time being Karen. I just decided to utilize the energy for good. I weaponized the Karen energy for good. And so we got some mask mandates in Walmart. And fuck you, Rick, you fucking piece of shit. That's what I have to say about that.